kind of starting off today, you're playing. I mean, you've played a majority of the field side. The first 3 weeks, and it seems like you've played a lot of the snaps. Conditioning wise, how does it feel playing that much of the snaps when the other two corners are rotating on the boundary side?
Conditioning wise, I think I'm built for it. Like as far as our off season conditioning and things like that, I feel like I'm in pretty much shape to be able to take majority of the snaps and play whatever role they need me to play. So whether that's taking 80 snaps or whether that's taking 30 snaps, I think I'm built to take them all, whatever they need me to do.
They had some of those deeper completions. Kind of what's your mindset after one of those happens, making sure you're ready for the next play?
You can't dwell on that because obviously it's gonna come back next play. I know that's not the standard for me personally, and I know I have to be better in those situations, and I will be better. But just not dwelling on that and just having a kind of mental capacity to be like, all right, next play, they're gonna attack you again, make a play next time, don't let it happen again.
Let's say take us through the interceptions though. I mean, what type of coverage? What did you see? And just ball coming to you?
Oh yeah, we were in quarters. I was responsible for more so the deeper half, and then so I squeezed to him when I seen him going up the seam, and then I was able to, I guess the pressure was able to make an overthrow, and I was able to get it, and fell right to me. So it was good to get the first one for the season.
When you play as much man coverage as you guys are doing on the back end, what's the biggest challenge, play to play, series to series? Like Rohan mentioned, you're not coming out very much, so there's a lot of running, there's a lot of that challenge, man to man. Like, how do you kind of balance that out through a game?
Really, just one of the more important things is just keeping your discipline every play. Kind of with making sure your eyes are right, your technique is right, because to play man, it's just going to be you one on one, and you have to be better than that guy, than an opposing player every play. So I just think make sure you're disciplining your technique and your eyes and just the different things out there, so you don't want to get beat consistently or anything like that.
Against a team that runs as much motion as they run, is there a difference that you kind of approach the game philosophically on a defense, especially at corner?
For the whole defense, we knew they would come in with a lot of motion, a lot of crazy looks, just because we know that they couldn't. I don't think they were as confident in beating us straight up. So we know they were going to come out with tricks and stuff. So just kind of reading our keys and knowing what we have to do and knowing what they expect, just kind of getting some being able to anticipate some plays and what do you think is going to happen. So I think we were pretty ready for that. As you guys can see, we adjusted really well in the second half, just to the different looks that we were getting.
You guys as a defense, after you couldn't get a turnover the first 2 weeks, you feel like a big day like today was coming?
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely owed to us. I'm so glad that we were flying around, able to make some plays all around. Just because we weren't able to get any in the first two games, so this was much needed. I think this is a big confidence and morale boost for us, and just going into the Big Ten conference play, I think this gives us such a big boost.
Is that energy when you get a turnover contagious on the defensive sideline? And if it is, how do you keep that energy going, not just through the game, but into next week as well?
Oh, definitely. It's very contagious, because after you get the first one, it's just like, all right, I think they're going to come in bunches. Let's get one this drive. Why can't we get one the next drive, So it's just just kind of having that energy and having that, contagious feeling travel around everywhere. And I think just, like I said, it's a big boost of confidence and morale for us going into the next week. Because, if we did it this week, why can't we do it next week? I think that's just the standard we want to set and just making plays all the time.
Back in the spring when we spoke, you said how you were kind of feeling more comfortable in this defense than you did last year. Do you kind of think that set's been similar, and how have you kind of grown into your role here?
Yeah. So we ran kind of similar defense back then and just now, but I would say just a little bit more man coverage now. But it's been fun, to be able to fly around. I feel like we've been in a lot of positions to make plays this year, and that's been super fun. So getting adjusted to the defense and growing. We're still gonna have some growing pains. Just first year dollar defense at a 3-3-5, so it's still some things we have to fine tune and get better at. But I'm having fun flying around in this defense. I think it's going to get better throughout the year.
Jason mentioned you guys on defense had a meeting before you guys left for the hotel about creating turnovers and kind of playing to that standard. Can you tell me a little bit about what you guys talked about and what the feeling was leaving that meeting?
Yes, sir. I know just some of the main talking points were just that we have to earn everything. We wanted to make this week about earning respect. And earning respect from Georgia Southern, earning respect from the country, because I don't feel like we were getting as much respect just because we haven't been playing up to the standard and what you guys are accustomed to. So we know we have to be better. So I think that's what the whole focus of our meeting was, just being better, playing with more energy, and just being a dominant defense that we're supposed to be, and giving the fans what they deserve, ultimately, and giving us what we deserve. We know we have to be better, so we're taking on that challenge for the rest of the year.
When you guys play as much man coverage as you do, you're going to see man beater concepts and the double moves, the picks and stuff. How do you, specifically for those picks and rubs and stuff, how do you combat those? Because they seem like if they get it right, it's hard to do something man to man like that.
Just kind of being locking their keys, kind of noticing splits. When they're running pick routes, they'll usually be closer and things like that. So just kind of making sure you're on different levels from the person next to you, and just with how we play and making sure your eyes are right. And like I said, discipline and technique, and just having those things in the forefront of your mind as well.
Rico, talking about some of those kind of chunk plays, it seemed like they had a couple, but you guys were only able to. You guys held them to 14 points. Kind of the disparity between them, giving up the chunk plays, but also limiting them in points. How do you improve on kind of minimizing the chunk plays, but also what have you guys done so far to hold opponents to to lower scoring games?
I think it was a great job by the defensive staff today. Mixing up the call, giving us more opportunities to play with vision and different things like that, mixing up the coverages and mixing up the fronts. I think they did a great job. And we know in a game like this with Georgia Southern, with a team that passes the ball maybe 70% of the time, or however much they did, they're going to get their plays, they're going to get their yards sometimes. But the most important thing is keeping them out of the end zone. I think we did a great job of that. As you guys can see, many turnovers in the red zone. So I think that was important. Just noticing that they're going to get what they're going to get, but we just have to get the stops when they matter the most.
How do you think this game goes if you don't come up with some of those turnovers deep in territory? I mean, are you smiling right now?
Ultimately, I trust our team. Obviously the 7 turnovers and just that was a big boost, but I trust our team. I still think we would be able to walk away with a W, but not as comfortably. We know we can't. We know we got to be better. So overall, I think we're going to look forward to doing that in conference play and being better every